A firm expands into foreign markets mainly to apply and replicate capabilities and an operating model built in the home market. Example, a proven after-sales platform, processes, and know-how. Which internationalization logic does this describe most precisely? Your options are A. Market-seeking FDI that chooses countries primarily for their demand size, even if the firm's existing capabilities need major redesign. B. Capability-based internationalization that enters markets where the firm can reuse and adapt its established resources, routines, and platform. C. Risk diversification internationalization that spreads operations across many countries mainly to reduce exposure to any one macroeconomic shock. D. First mover expansion that prioritizes being early in new geographies even before the underlying business model is fully proven at home. And the correct answer is option B. Capability-based internationalization that enters markets where the firm can reuse and adapt its established resources, routines, and platform. A company offers ongoing service access in return for regular payments, example, annual maintenance plans, continuous service coverage, not just isolated one-off repairs. Which business model concept fits this most closely? Your options are A. Usage-based pricing model where customers pay only when they consume a unit of service with no predefined access period. B. Freemium model where a basic version is free and only advanced features are monetized for some users. C. Two-sided marketplace model where revenue is earned mainly from facilitating transactions between independent buyers and sellers. D. Subscription model where customers pay periodically for continued access to services over a defined time horizon. And the correct answer is option D. Subscription model where customers pay periodically for continued access to services over a defined time horizon. Two independent firms agree to cooperate in a specific business area, share some resources and coordinate operations in that space, but each remains a separate legal entity and no new jointly owned company is created. What is this arrangement best called? Your options are A. Wholly owned subsidiary, where one firm owns 100% of the other's equity and fully controls its operations. B. Equity joint venture, where partners create a new jointly owned company to carry out specific activities. C. Strategic alliance, where firms collaborate and share selected resources while remaining legally independent. D. Licensing agreement, where one firm simply grants rights to use intellectual property without operational collaboration. And the correct answer is option C. Strategic alliance, where firms collaborate and share selected resources while remaining legally independent. One entity sits at the top of a group, owns controlling stakes in multiple related businesses, example, aftermarket services, supply chain solutions, manufacturing, and provides portfolio-level direction and oversight. In strategy and governance language, this is best described as. Your options are A. Holding company corporate parent that owns and governs a portfolio of subsidiaries, shaping overall direction and capital allocation. B. Diversified conglomerate business unit that operates a single line of activity inside a larger company without ownership of other firms. C. Special purpose vehicle created for one narrow transaction, such as a specific acquisition or asset-backed financing. D. Operating division that directly manages day-to-day workshop operations but has no equity stakes in other entities. And the correct answer is option A. Holding company corporate parent that owns and governs a portfolio of subsidiaries, shaping overall direction and capital allocation. A firm creates a digital platform that connects workshops, customers, and supply chain partners, and much of the value comes from interactions among these groups. Example, bookings, information flows, parts ordering. Which concept most accurately captures this model? Your options are A. Vertically integrated value chain, where the firm internalizes most activities in-house rather than enabling interactions across independent parties. B. Platform or ecosystem business, where the firm enables and governs transactions and interactions among multiple interdependent user groups. C. Traditional franchise system, where independent outlets only replicate a standard format under a brand, with limited multi-sided interaction. D. Single-sided retail chain, where the firm acts only as a seller to end customers without orchestrating third-party relationships. And the correct answer is option B. Platform or ecosystem business, where the firm enables and governs transactions and interactions among multiple interdependent user groups. A mobility group uses the same service network, supply chain infrastructure, and IT systems to handle multiple related activities, for example, different car brands, both ICE and EV services, and even some non-auto logistics. Which cost concept does this illustrate most precisely? Your options are A. Economies of scale, where unit cost falls mainly because the firm produces more of a single product or service. B. Learning curve effects, where unit cost falls as cumulative experience in one process increases over time. C. Economies of scope, where average cost falls because multiple related products or services share common resources and capabilities. D. Experience curve effects, where a firm gains market share simply because it has existed in the industry for a long time. And the correct answer is option C. Economies of scope, where average cost falls because multiple related products or services share common resources and capabilities. A service company expands its network by allowing independent entrepreneurs to operate centers under its brand name, follow its standard processes and IT systems, and pay ongoing fees or royalties. The central firm supports them with training, branding, and systems but does not fully own each outlet. What is this arrangement best called? Your options are A. Franchising, where independent owners operate under a common brand and format with contractual obligations and fee payments. B. Licensing, where a company sells a one-time right to use a logo or technology without prescribing how the business is run. C. Wholly owned subsidiary structure, where the parent company directly owns and controls 100% of each outlet's equity. D. Simple supplier contract, where independent shops buy inputs but have no brand, process, or system obligations. And the correct answer is option A. Franchising, where independent owners operate under a common brand and format with contractual obligations and fee payments. A mobility services platform commits to its corporate clients that vehicles will be picked up within a specified time window, serviced within a defined turnaround time, and key metrics like uptime and response time will meet agreed targets, with penalties if these are not met. What is this formal commitment typically called? Your options are A. Key Performance Indicator, KPI, document that only lists internal metrics without binding obligations to customers. B. Standard Operating Procedure, SOP, that describes internal process steps but does not specify external performance guarantees. C. Balanced scorecard that links strategy to internal measures across financial, customer, process, and learning perspectives. D. Service Level Agreement, SLA, that defines measurable service standards, response times, and penalties between provider and client. And the correct answer is option D. Service Level Agreement, SLA, that defines measurable service standards, response times, and penalties between provider and client. As more vehicles, workshops, and trips are handled on a mobility platform, the system gathers richer service and parts data, leading to better diagnostic suggestions, more accurate inventory planning, and improved routing. This makes the platform more valuable for each additional user over time. Which concept best captures this phenomenon? Your options are A. Economies of scale, where average cost falls only because fixed costs are spread over more units, with no change in value per user. B. Network effects, where the value of the platform to each user increases as the number of users and interactions on the platform rises. C. Price discrimination, where the firm charges different prices to different customers based on their willingness to pay. D. Brand extension, where a well-known brand name is used to launch unrelated products in new categories. And the correct answer is option B. Network effects, where the value of the platform to each user increases as the number of users and interactions on the platform rises. A mobility group must exploit its existing, mature after-sales business, standard car servicing, established processes, while simultaneously exploring new areas such as EV services, AI-based diagnostics, and global digital expansion. Managing both refinement of the old and experimentation with the new within the same organization is an example of which concept? Your options are A. Centralization, where all decisions are concentrated at the top of the hierarchy to ensure tight control over operations. B. Specialization, where employees focus narrowly on specific tasks to improve efficiency within one stable business model. C. Organizational ambidexterity, where the firm simultaneously pursues exploitation of existing capabilities and exploration of new opportunities. D. Formalization, where rules and procedures are standardized to reduce variability in a single, established process. And the correct answer is option C, organizational ambidexterity, where the firm simultaneously pursues exploitation of existing capabilities and exploration of new opportunities.